I'm trying to get the lighting here properly so you can see me. I'm coming to you live from CPAC, and I am going to be doing fantasy makeup today for everybody, just so you can, we talked about last week wiping your eyebrows. As you can see, I have no eyebrows right now, and I have a lot of foundation on. What we're going to be doing today is kind of moving on from that initial look of wiping your eyebrows, doing a really extended eye for any kind of fantasy kind of makeup for characters out of Shakespeare, some, crazier shows, musicals, anything like that. I am using as my inspiration nasturtium flowers. So these are my nasturtium flowers that I have brought and picked over here, and you can kind of see how the colors are blending from the inner part of the flower to the outer part. So I'm going to attempt to get this color scheme on my eye, kind of all the way up, covering my eyebrow. So what I'm going to try to do is, you see in the center here is a kind of a very bright lemony yellow into like this very kind of bold red into this beautiful kind of orangey, and they're all a little different. So, same thing for your makeup. You can all do a little bit kind of different intensity with what you want to do. So I am going to, thanks for, my wipe is awesome today. I did it twice actually, trying to get it to all lay flat. I have these really hard eyebrows to deal with. They're very, very thick. So, the great thing about doing your makeup is that you can do it again. You can just wipe it off, take it off, and try again. So I'm using this color palette right here. I'm going to be using these golds, this orange, a little bit of this red color right here. I'm using a couple different color palettes for all kind of highlight. I'm going to be using these little oranges. This is CoverGirl. These little orangey, it doesn't say the name of the colors, but this is the Dazed CoverGirl palette. And this is from NYX. This is Ultimate Edit. It's what it's called. But you can use whatever you want. And what I love about fantasy makeup is that it's a time that you can be really creative, and you can create your own kind of whatever you want, and there's nobody to tell you it's wrong or anything, as long as you're doing kind of the basic highlight and shadowing to accentuate your face. And so what I'm going to start doing right now, I have foundation on. I've done a little bit of contouring on my cheeks, a little bit of contouring and covering under my eyes, because I want to make this really an ethereal look. I've also wiped my lips off because I'm going to be doing a different lip on myself. I'm going to be shortening my lips and kind of shortening my lower lip to make it very kind of a puckered lip to look, like pixie-esque or fairy-esque. I don't know why I think that a small mouth is a pixie, but it's my creation. So I'm going to start. I have this cream base. It is just a C5 yellow, CL5 yellow from Ben Nye. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put some cream foundation in first, and then I'm going to powder it, because I don't want it to, again, cream foundation is the best thing to use that's sweat-proof. And so if you're, running around on stage, and I'm just going to use my finger right now. So just so you guys know, I have this mirror right here. I'm farsighted, so I have to get real close to the camera, so pardon me. But here we go. I'm just going to get in here right now, and I'm going to, again, what we're doing, let me get this nasturtium flower, is I'm trying to replicate this. So what I'm going to do close to my eye is this beautiful kind of lemon canary yellow that's inside the flower. Hi, Mom. Here we go. And so I'm just going to kind of dab it in there. Hi, Linda. Thanks for joining. So I'm going to dab this in here just like that. You can see it's popping up. It's really pretty color. I'm going to do it to my other side too. see. And I'm actually gonna bring it up to my brow line, because all this makeup, this is my eyebrow right here that it's covered. I'm gonna put makeup all the way up into here, and then my eyebrow that I'm gonna draw on is gonna go way up here. So I'm gonna just get some nice coverage with this yellow right now. And I'm gonna try to get closer to the camera so you guys can see. So there we go. Just dabbing that on, kind of just stamping it on like we were doing with the colors when we were wiping our eyebrow. I'm just kind of, I don't want to wipe too much because again, I still have my eyebrows covered, and I want to be gentle with my eyebrow, because, you know, if you wipe too hard, you could potentially wipe all the makeup off your eyebrow. So here we go. So that's my kind of start. Now I'm gonna take, I don't have an orange like the flower orange for cream, but what I am gonna do, it's okay, I'm gonna use kind of a rougey color. So it's the same kind of thing that we covered our eyebrows with. This is the Ben Nye Dusty Rose. And I'm just gonna go behind the yellow here, and I'm just gonna kind of go in like this, because it's gonna be a transition color, and I'm gonna be putting powder on all of this. So this is just, again, this is just to have a base. If, you know, something rubs off, if you sweat a lot on stage, you know, this is just kind of like, so that you have it there. And I'm doing a pretty hard line just because I'm mimicking this nasturtium flower. And if you look at it, it goes from yellow to orange like super quick. It's like this hard definition. So I'm gonna try to mimic that. Ciao, Dalida, ciao. Sorry, my cousin. All right, here we go. Everybody's here. So now I'm gonna again do that to the other side, and then after I'm done with this, I'm just gonna powder it all, so that we can then start with powder pigments instead. So this is basically just my fail-safe base, you know, sweat-proof base that I'm doing here. Okay, there we go. Look like some sort of 80s like rock star. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a very little bit of translucent powder, and I'm just gonna kind of go over this so it sets. I'm setting the cream. Okay, and it will dull it a little bit, but that's okay, because we just want to have this nice base to build off of. Okay, so from here, I am going to go in with some of my oranges, and I'm going to start building kind of a transition and depth here. I'm going to make what they call cut the crease up here. And I'm going to add some red here, but first I'm going to put some of these orangey colors in that are so pretty. And this is the CoverGirl orange that I'm using right now, and it's a really pretty, it really does remind me of this nasturtium flower. And I'm just going to get up in there. I'm getting up into my eyebrow too. And I'm actually also going to extend the look out to here, because again, you know, for this specific look, I'm a fairy. I'm thinking I'm a Midsummer Night's Dream fairy, and I'm, you know, pop out of the nasturtiums, and here I am. Hello, Puck. I'm your woodland fairy, and I'm spicy like a nasturtium. There we go. So I've got that little orange in there. Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a really bold color, and don't be afraid of the bold colors, because you can always blend them down. But the bold color is going to give me some definition here in right in my eye. So I'm taking actually this really bright red. And if you look at this other nasturtium flower that I have right here, she's really red, really red. So I'm okay with it. So I'm going to get a lot of pigment up on my brush, and I'm just going to go ahead and get in here a little bit. And I'm basically doing like a cut crease right here. So I'm just getting in here, just like that. And I'm giving like some really good definition here. So like that. Now, that is a lot of red, but that's okay because we're going to be going over it with some other things too. So now I'm going to go back in with some of the golds that I have of powder, and I'm going to get in my inner eye just like that. Pull it up. And I'm actually going to bring a little over here just to do a little kind of like highlight up in here. There we go. And there we go. Just kind of like that. If you can see, there's a pretty nice definition between this darker color, this orange. I am going to put a little bit more orange in, but I'm going to use kind of a more matte than glow. This is the NYX one, and it's got this really pretty bright pop of orange. So I'm going to go like that there again. At this point, this eye is really shaping up. I have some really fun, I got these really fun, kind of this brilliant eye. It's like this glittery, kind of, it's from L'Oreal. It's this cream kind of makeup. And I'm just going to pop it up here because I want to make sure I get a lot of coverage over my eyebrow that I've wiped. So I'm just going to kind of pop it up like this. And you can see immediately the definition of the gold. And I'm just going to use my finger and I'm going to wipe a little bit. And again, you know, this is your creation when you're doing fantasy makeup, so you really can't go wrong as long as you're being true to highlight and shadow of your face, like where the light is going to hit. You really can't go wrong. And if you're using colors that blend well together, and I again get a lot of inspiration from nature. When we were doing this in undergrad, I had a great makeup teacher, artist, and she would have us bring in all sorts of research pictures for whatever we were doing so that we could have something to look at while we were playing around with our makeup. Okay, so that's some really pretty shimmer I've just put into there. And I kind of stopped working on this eye because I wanted to kind of just show you this. We'll go back to this eye in a second. Okay, so then I also have that same kind of shimmery stuff in this kind of bronzy color. It's like a little orangey color too. So I'm just gonna pop it up here too, to kind of also just, again, for my eyebrows, but to blend it out, just like, and then I'm gonna add a little bit here on top where I had that nice orange color. Okay, so there we go. Now I'm going to put some eyeliner on, but it's going to be, so let me show you how this nasturtium looks. So this is one of the little buds, and what I want to do with my eye is I kind of want to make that part go like there. So I want to do this kind of triangular kind of green, and I have a green pencil. It's actually really nice. It's CoverGirl. It's from the Exhibitionist line, and it's emerald metallic, which is cool. I am going to go back over it when I'm done putting it on because I'm going to put a little gold dust on it just to kind of soften the green, because this is a lighter kind of almost yellowy green, and that's kind of what I'm going for. But this is a good base to put on my eye. So I'm just going to get in here and just pencil. Sorry, again, I'm farsighted, so I have to get real close to the mirror, like a grandma. Grandma Gladys. All right, just doing that. Pardon me, it's hard to talk and do my eyeball. So I'm going to pull it out, and it's a little messy, and my thing just broke. Hold on a second. I need a sharpener. Hold on. Where'd she go? Here we go. The best/worst. Little trick about eyeliner pencils and eyebrow pencils, you can put them in the freezer if they're feeling really kind of like they're dying. It will harden them up so that you don't have to throw them out and get a new one. Okay, so here we go. I'm gonna go a little bit more in here. All right, I'm gonna go a little under my eye. And I'm gonna fix this up in a little bit with actually, I'm gonna get it right now actually. So I have this little baby kind of angled brush right here, and I'm just gonna add a little water to the tip of it. And I have this really pretty kind of green, I like this palette because it's got a lot of green golds in it. So this is that CoverGirl palette again. And so I'm gonna take some of this green and I'm just gonna go over what I just did. So kind of, and that helps me blend it. It helps me get right to my eyelash as well, so that if I've missed anything, I can get right in there. And then I can define this a little bit. Just like that. Okay. Now I'm going to go over it again with a little bit of gold because I again want to soften the green. So I just have a little like dust brush and I'm just going to dust a little gold over it so it's not so kind of harsh. And you see it turns this really pretty shimmery shade. I'm going to go like that. Just like that. Now, I'm going to do a different, because for me personally also with my eyes, and everybody's different, I don't like to put a lot of dark under here. It really closes my eye up and it makes me look tired. And then also same thing with like putting mascara on my lower lash. A lot of people put mascara on their lower lash. I don't. It just weighs down my eye. So what I am going to do though, I am going to stamp on my waterline. I'm going to stamp gold though, which will make it, you know, kind of just pop in a different way. So it's a lighter color. I'm just washing this little brush off. Hold on. Here we go. And so I'm just going to get some of that really pretty gold from the CoverGirl palette again. I'm going to get close and I'm going to try to do this. Actually, I'm going to use the phone. Here we go. Here's my eye, everybody. And there we go. Little gold under there. Perfect. I'm just gonna go a little more. There we go. I'm going to actually put a little bit more orange out here because I want that to blend down a little bit to my cheek. Kind of the look that I'm going for, about the flower just kind of overtaking my face. So I'm just going to take some of this, again, it's this color, this orangey color, and I'm going to mix it with some of the pretty orange that's shimmery as well. And I'm just going to go in here and I'm going to kind of just bring this out a little bit so it comes out to this point. Just like that. Okay. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill it. I'm going to do an eyebrow here. I kind of want it to look, so if you look at the back of the nasturtium, it's got this, the way that the back of the flower is, it kind of droops down like that. It's got this really pretty kind of curve. So I think I want that kind of thing to happen there too. So again, what I'm going to use is I'm actually going to use that green eyebrow pencil just to draw it on, and then I'm going to go back in with powder and I'm going to fix it. So my eyebrow is right here, my real one right there. So I'm going to go right above it here, and I'm going to very carefully draw my eyebrow, and I want it to dip down like the nasturtium flower, just like that. So it's just this really pretty curve, just like that. Okay. All right. So that looks really like, oh my God, eyebrow. So again, I'm going to go back in with some of this pretty gold, and I'm just going to, right on top of it, cover it with a little bit of powder so that it has a different, it's a softer, it also makes it, you know, kind of look, you can kind of feather it in a way with a different color so that it looks more like a natural kind of like, you know, hair eyebrow and not pencil drawn on. There we go. Okay, just like that. And then what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to continue up here with the with that kind of pretty cream, this little nugget that has this pretty. It's hard for me to talk at the same time. Here we go. I never thought I'd have a problem talking. Here we go. All right. And again, now what I'm going to do is define the lower part of my brow. It's all about highlight and shadow. So I'm just going to come in with the green powder and kind of define the eyebrow here. So that it has like a darker portion so that when it butts up right against the green, the gold, it's you can see it. And I'm going to put some more orangey stuff here on my guy, just to kind of finish this eyebrow look on this side. And I'm just kind of lightly going over with this pretty nasturtium-y orange and just going over it like that. And I'm just gonna wipe this stuff off my cheek. So now, on talking about my cheek over here, I want to do kind of a fantasy look for everything on this side of my face. So I want to do a highlight that I wouldn't normally do, and I want to do a contour that I wouldn't normally do. So I'm actually going to use a little bit of a mixture of the orange and a copper tone to do my contour with powder. So I'm going to get in there like this. And I'm just going to kind of go over the contour I already had. And it's a warming color. It warms up my face. Just like that. And then I'm going to go in with kind of this coppery highlight on top. Got to get more on there. Come on. Come here. And highlight my cheekbone. Your cheekbone's right here. You can feel it on your, it's right below your eye. And if you ever have trouble finding where you should put your contour, you kind of just roll your brush down, and where it dips in, that's where you're supposed to be putting your contour. For men and women, you can actually give yourself a more Marlboro Man look. If you can do the whole Marlboro Man. It's good. Okay. Now I'm gonna get a little blush in there as well, just so it finishes the look. I just have just like, this is a warmer toned. I wouldn't normally use this. It's a little light, a little warm for me, but this is, thanks Andrew. This is a DR7 Coral from Ben Nye. So I'm just gonna really load up my brush here, and I'm just gonna, what I like to do is I like to smile to see I kind of like to put a little apple kind of cheek thing happening for me personally, but you don't have to. And I'm just gonna kind of get it up in there. My brush is shedding on me. There we go. And the thing with what you want to do with rouge anyway too is I always put a little bit at the tip of my nose, a little bit on the bottom of my chin, because you blush there too, and then up here on my forehead line. It just kind of makes you not look so washed out. There we go. Okay, so now I'm going to do my lip. So like I said, I've wiped my lip completely with foundation because I'm going to actually cheat my lip line right now, because like I said, I think that a fairy would have a very puckered little lip. I don't know, to cause trouble. I don't know why that would cause trouble, but Anyway, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start up here, up by my Cupid's bow, and I'm going to define, I'm going to actually make my Cupid's bow a little bit bigger, so it almost looks heart-shaped. And then I'm going to kind of go down this way, down, cutting off a portion of my lip. Same thing here. I'm going to start at the bottom of my lip here, and then I'm going to cut upwards and kind of, forget this part of my lip. I'm going to show you. Hopefully, I'm going to get real close because I can't see. So here we go. You see how I'm cutting off part of my lip. Okay, and I'm just going to fill it in a little bit. Fix it a little bit. So I made it really defined. So it's actually above my lip line right here. I've gone above my lip line to make this little like heart-shaped thing. This is very 1920s as well. Is the look. And then I stop it right before, I don't go all the way. My natural lip goes out to here. I stopped it right there. So now I'm going to do my bottom lip. And I'm going to start, you always want to start, I'm going to start right where my lip actually starts. And then I'm going to just bring it just like that. So now it's like a little lip. And you can still see this. I'm going to show you how to get rid of that in a second. We're going to highlight it out so you won't be able to see it. I'm going to put some more foundation here, and I'm going to highlight around so it's going to look it's going to look like really nice and tight. Okay. From the promo pic, what I did for my lips is, and you don't necessarily always want it. I just didn't have all the right like lip stuff for it. So what I used is powder on my lips, which is fine. It will dry your lips out, and it's kind of like, with the powder, but it looks cool too. So, and if you're okay, just put some chapstick on or something. So I'm getting a little bit of orange, and then I'm just gonna do this to my lip. That. So I've got the red under there, and now I have the orange. And what I like about that too is because if you look in the flower, they've got these really pretty like dark red lines. And I didn't try it, and I should I should try it at some point. I would have liked to put some like little tiger stripes here of red, but I think there's a little bit too much going, like that would make it too much going on right now. So I'm using the red down here instead. Now, this is a nice trick in general for women or men, whatever, if you want to have a pouty lip. To have a little pouty lip, what you do is it's again highlighting shadow of your mouth. And so to get an instant pop of pouty lip, you put a lighter color right in the center of your lip. Just like that. A little pouty. I'm pouty lip. I'm sad. I'm a sad nasturtium flower. Okay, so just looking at this, I kind of want, what do I want to do? I want to put just a little bit of white or lighter color here, so it pulls my eyes apart just a little bit. And that also is a trick for makeup trick for people using a light color right in the inner part of your eye. It gives the illusion that your eyes are farther apart. So I'm just gonna jump in here and put just a little kind of highlight Sorry, putting this thing in the front of the thing. Just like that, to kind of brighten my eye up a little bit. And I can pull it down here too. And it just, you know, already has opened my eye up. Do that on this side too. I don't know if I'm gonna do this other eye well on live. Do you guys want me to do the other eye? Anybody still there? Papa, can you hear me? Okay. So now this would be my look, and I'd be like, hi, I'm a pixie. I would be in Midsummer Night's Dream, and then I would probably do something with my hair. Okay, good. I would probably do something with my hair, either have a wig or some sort of something, or actually use the nasturtiums in that type of way. So let me just, I don't know, stick it in there so that, you know, oh, now I know. Now I have some frame of reference about this makeup. It could be anything. So I'll just finish the look just in case you want to see it again. So on this side, again, we were with the yellow and the orangey kind of cream color, and I powdered. I'm gonna go back in now with what I did to the other side. And I'm just gonna go in first. I'm gonna go in with my gold. Sorry, out of the frame. I'm gonna go in with my gold. Great, I'm doing both. Thank you, Amy. Great. Go, and you know, it is good for you guys to see both, because one of the hardest things to do is to make one eye look like the other eye. It can be really difficult. So we're gonna try to be symmetrical right now. All right, now again, I put in that gold, and now I'm gonna come back in. I'm coming in with a little bit of orange, that kind of like sparkly nasturtium orange. I'm gonna get in there. Get in there, bring it back, bring it down this way, like I did with the other side. I actually went more on that side. Like that. Then I'm going to come in with that bright red that we had before to define. And I'm going to look at my other eye. It's right here. I'm going to go right here. Bright red, nasturtium style. Okay, a little bit more on that side. Great. I'm going to come in with the gold and pop the inner part of my eye again, and kind of dust over the red just to soften it a little bit. Come in with some. I'm going out of order, but I'm going to come in with a little bit of the white, and I'm going to show you what I'm using. It's e.l.f. and it's these lighter colors at the end. I'm not really using the matte one. I'm using these kind of sparkly ones because I still want it warm toned, but you know, but bright. That's what I'm trying to say. Now from this place, actually, you know, and it's funny when you see things on what naturally happens with one eye, you see, and then you're like, oh, I like that. I got a little bit of the gold down here, which I actually kind of like for over here. So I'm just going to actually do that. I'm going to just add a little gold here to pop it. Now I'm going back in with my eyeliner, and I'm going to do my eyebrow, and I'm going to do my eyeliner. Okay, where's she at? There she is. Okay, here we go. I'm cleaning it off just because it's got some powder on it, and I just want it to be real defined when I go in. So I'm gonna come back in, and I'm gonna start at the inner part of my eye. Just pull over softly. And then I'm gonna, again, I made this kind of like triangle kind of thing, trying to look like that bud, trying to look like this. So that's what I'm gonna be doing again. Well, actually like that. That's what I'm trying to do. So here we go. And I'm gonna just bring it a little bit under my eye here, just to get that other side. And I'm looking at my eyes now to see if they're similar. They're kind of similar. Go back in here. Now, remember what I did before to dampen it? What I'm going to do is go back in with the gold, and I'm gonna put gold right, like just a little bit along it. Actually, it was with this little dust brush because it was light. So I'm gonna come in, dust a little gold on there to soften that look up, make it more look like what the nasturtium color of that green looks like. Just like that. And then what I'm also gonna do is I'm gonna come back in with that pretty green I have from the CoverGirl palette that has a little bit of gold in it. And then I'm just gonna kind of go again over my eye. And that's just helping me fill in any kind of space that was too close to my eye. It's just kind of redefining it. And I'm gonna take the excess off of my bottom part of my eyes. What do you think? That looks pretty similar. Bueller. Now I'm gonna go again to my eyebrow. And this is the part, I have trouble with this part. Getting my eyebrows to look the same. I think my face is a little not the same, so here we go. So I'm gonna, again, do this eyebrow with the intention of looking like, where's my flower? Kind of looking like that kind of shape, this part up here. Okay. So again, this is my eyebrow. Everything with your eye is, everything is symmetrical too. So like if you're trying to do certain looks, you want to make sure that your inner part of your eye kind of lines up, and so that it's symmetrical. You know, that's what you're kind of trying to do. Everything will look fine as long as it's symmetrical. Okay, so here we go. I'm gonna very lightly, this is hard. I'm gonna lightly go in and follow the curve. I'm just looking at my other eyebrow for reference. And there we go. And I'm gonna come back in and make it a little bit bigger on over here. I'm gonna make it a little bit bigger here too. More of an eyebrow. And come back in over here. A little weird on this side. Okay. I like this eyebrow better than that eyebrow. Ugh. Okay, anyway. Curses. Now I'm going to go back in here, and like I did before, I'm going to be taking a brush and taking that gold and patting it on here so that it's a lighter kind of green. So I'm just going to kind of go in here like that. And kind of go, you can see it. Do a little bit there, more in here. Just like that. And then again, I'm going to go in with that darker green color, and I'm going to kind of give a little bit of definition to the brow, and just go on the lower part of the eyebrow and add the green the darker green. Just like that. And I'm just going to fix this one a little bit so they're kind of more even. Go. This one's a little thicker than that one, but it's okay. I'm not gonna freak out about it. What I am gonna do is that you see all the makeup goes all the way up to the eyebrow. I am gonna fill this in a little bit now. So I'm just gonna take some of that pretty, again, orangey color from this one. It's got a little shimmer to it. And I'm just gonna get up in here. Just like that. I'm trying to see if I'm even Steven. Now I'm going to do this side of this contour. So I'm going to take some of that orangey color and some of this color, this kind of bronzy color, and I'm just going to get it in here. Sorry. Here we go. And then I'm going to take some of that kind of shimmery highlight and just get in here, just like that. And then I'm going to go in with the blush again. That Coral from Ben Nye. I'm going to smile, get it up in there. You know, and what I might have even do if I was, you know, going crazy, or if I could find some nasturtiums that were maybe like fake, that weren't real, that weren't going to wilt, I would maybe glue, like spirit gum, like a little, I don't know. I'd have to play with it, but you know, it's really, that's why I love fantasy makeup, because it's really so unique. You know, you can do whatever you want at all. You could glue a little nasturtium leaf on you, or, you know, but I definitely would put them in my hair like this, you know, so you could tell. And that's basically it, right? Oh, I forgot what I didn't do on my lower lid, is I didn't put the gold here. That's what's looking different. So I'm just going to clean this brush real quick, and then I'm going to get some of that gold, and I'm going to get into my waterline here. My eye. Just like that. And there you go. That is the look. Oh, I was going to show you how to do this. Yeah, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to get a lighter little kind of foundation here, and I'm going to kind of just go around my lips so you can't really tell. And then I'm going to powder it. So here we go. I'm going to get in here. And I'm just using my fingers. The highlight tricks everyone into thinking that that's actually where your lip ends. And I'm going to put some on the top. Like that. That. And then I'm going to take a little translucent powder. Get it? I'm just going to take a brush this time, like a kind of stippled brush, and close my mouth. There you go. And there you have a fantasy look. I would love to see what you guys come up with. It's really a great way to be creative with your makeup. Again, nothing is, too crazy or too weird. It's just basic, your basic kind of like highlight and shadow and what's working if you are picking the right colors to go together. So, I mean, I would use this look for, like a pixie. So thanks guys for watching. I will see you next week. I'm probably going to do bruises next week, which will be fun. Give myself a black eye and maybe a cut. So that'll be fun. Okay. All right. Well, please post any comments if there's something that you want to see that I haven't covered yet. I would love to hear any kind of feedback from anybody. Okay? I hope you guys have a beautiful rest of your Monday. All right. And I'll see you next time. All right. Bye.